Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about something that's old yet new. Today we're going to talk about the Forever HD, the Makeup Forever HD foundation. So this is like the second version of like the HD foundation. I think it is. I heard that there's like a first edition and this is like the newer edition. This is called the Ultra HD foundation that it gives invisible cover that it sits on the bottle. So I am in the shade Y245, and today we're gonna try this foundation to test out how long wearing this is and how the longevity it is as a foundation. So let's get on with it and let's see how this kind of like an older product works. Let's get started. To start with like our kind of like makeup, what should I say, makeup review, we will usually start with this primer, the elf primer, which is like the best primer. So I waited like a few seconds, a few minutes to let this primer dry, and now we will use this and apply to skin. I will use the brush to apply this because that's the way that to get the most out of like the foundation. When I say the most, it means that it doesn't absorb into the sponge, or this is like the most effective way of getting the most coverage out of the foundation. So shake the bottle, and then we will take a few pumps, 2 pumps for now. So it's really liquidy and the shade's really nice. I'll be using the Too Faced flat foundation brush to apply this on. So 2 pumps is enough for the full face, but this is not a full coverage foundation. This is more of a kind of like a lightweight foundation where I've like tried this once before. This kind of like a review or like first impression. I have to say that this is a really comfortable foundation to wear because of how light this is on the skin and how easy it is to blend out. But other than being very lightweight and very easy to blend out, I think this is like a kind of very light foundation. As in, like this kind of foundation will be very light in coverage, feels very light, very easy to wear. It doesn't take a lot of effort to make this look good. So I can still see a bit of like streak marks because of the brush, but you can just press it in and it will be looking really good. I have a very big pimple here, right under my glass pads.
A few moments later.
So this is like how it looks right now. So it's really light in coverage. It feels really thin, which I really love. But let's see how it powders. I'll be powdering with the Fenty Beauty powder in the shade Butter, which is quite messy looking. So how do I do will be take a bit of powder, like it's all over my hands. Just use the jaw top. Just rub it into the brush to diffuse it evenly, and then we will use a mirror and then just press it in where you really need. For example, the T-zone, And usually after pressing into the T-zone, we just like sweep it through the edges of the skin so that you lock in the center, and then you have a bit of a powder to make it make sure that it doesn't like move around or do weird things. So I don't think I need any concealer. It's looking really nice, really great. Now we will put on some blush, I think. So I'll be using the Too Faced blush duo in the shade Like My Melons, which I will grab quite a bit on and then just apply it to the cheeks to make it a really flush look. And then I will use the powder brush to just diffuse the color a bit more. For the brows, I will be using the brow duo from ABH, the dipbrow gel, to give the brows a bit of tint. And lock them in using the clear brow gel. After wearing my glasses back on. So this is the look. Clearly you can see it's very smooth looking right now. It's quite light for my skin, I think, but it's my neck is rather dark. But other than that, I think it's a really great match with the foundation. It feels really nice right now, a bit tacky, a bit wet still, but it looks really smooth. It looks really smooth on the chin as well. The time now is 10:51. So it's 10:51 right now, and we will come back sometime later today to check out whether how the foundation looks, how it lasts under like a very humid weather, or maybe we can see how it feels, how it wears with like mask on or anything. We'll see you soon. Bye for now. It's 3:11, so I think that's around 4 to 5 hours, and I've done something. It's that I wore a mask during like when I was like walking around, because it's legally you have to wear a mask in Hong Kong, and this is how it looks. So this is how it looks with I think a good 2 hours of wear, where some did came off, but not a lot. Like it's like where like the mask, when I move a lot with my mouth, this is where the mask, where the foundation came off the most. And I back to like the face when I go to eat during lunchtime at 12, so that's like 3 hours ago. The mask didn't have a lot of foundation on, much less than what you just see. I think like the oils, the heat just make things a bit worse over time. So overall I think the foundation is really great, and like being like staying on the face, so you don't see a lot of patches right now like in the camera. Close up in the mirror, I can see like the mask marks where the masks are. That's just the reality of that, where like I can see like where the mask is leaning to my skin. There's like marks on there. Other than that, there's not a lot of foundation came off. I don't think there is any. And let's see how oil controlling this foundation is, like under such condition, like when I wear a mask, when I go everywhere. So this is the blotting sheet. I won't say this is very controlling. It's not super matte. I don't look matte at all when to begin with, but after blotting this looks really nice. Not a lot of oil is like staying on. Like there's not a bit of foundation that came off with the blotting sheet. Let's take off the glasses to see like how the mouth area looks and how it blots with the blotting sheet. The glasses, where the glasses touched, it didn't came off because my mask is like right covering the place where usually my glasses are rubbing, so you can see that this time around. So there's no foundation coming off the blotting sheet. I don't see there's like any obvious like foundation coming off. I think in the chin and upper lip area there's a bit more coming off. So I'll be using another sheet to see. So there's again the foundation doesn't come off, but there's obvious oil on there. And after blotting this looks really matte and nice again. The coverage wise, I don't think this is anything remotely close to like Huda Beauty standards or like high coverage foundation. This is more of like a natural finish foundation, and so when you wear a mask, some wear offs, it doesn't seem that bad at all. And usually I would do like a repowder test. We'll be using the Fenty Beauty powder again because we used this earlier. So we would take a bit of powder and then we will just rub this, knock off some of the excess, diffuse the powder to the brush, and then just press the powder to the skin again. After repowdering this, it does look like the same when I first applied this on. It's just that some of the coverage is just lost during like wear today. The mask marks, they're just not attractive, but there's nothing that you can do with that because you just wear a mask tightly to your skin. That's what happens. And for the amount of like foundation that came off to the mask, I don't think that this is like I won't say this is like a foundation that will transfer a lot. This is like a very transfer resistant foundation. I won't call it like completely, but I think when it comes down to like the longevity of this foundation, this Makeup Forever HD foundation, this is like a very good foundation to use on a daily basis where all you need to go somewhere really quickly, you need some coverage, you need that to last. This will last you all day. So wear my glasses back on. To really conclude like this Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation, it's quite sheer in its coverage. It's not as full coverage as like the current generation of foundation where they really do like pile like the pigments onto your skin and they will completely mask everything. I think this is a really nice soft focus blurring foundation where it really does blur the pores. It really stays put even with like extreme wear, like wearing a mask with a lot of humidity in a hot environment and warm environment, even though I didn't really go for run, walk, or I didn't really go out a lot with the foundation. I wear a mask and I just like go to like a shopping mall to buy some stuff. But this foundation lasts. But the coverage wise, it's more of leaning to a light to medium coverage, where some of the foundation from drugstore, i.e. the L'Oreal True Match, kind of like a coverage, really more sheer, more just like a tint to the skin, but you still can see the coverage. That's really great. And I just think that this is a really great one for people who like natural coverage, people who need a bit of coverage, people who need it to last all day long, people who just have a bit of like excess oil on their skin. They just can like put on a bit of powder for extra blanket so that it lasts a bit better on their skin, because it's quite oily on my skin and I'm not super oily. It's really humid here. But overall, I would definitely wear this with a mask. I would definitely wear this on a daily basis because it's really great. The coverage is really great for my standards, even though I say this is quite light to medium coverage. I like the coverage, I like the finish, I just like the longevity that it has. So this is my review for this foundation. I hope you like this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.